We'll go over here. Sir.
Hello. It's John Grant. I'm at East 2nd, the 500 block.
Thank you.
I do appreciate the Port's and Steve's sentiment this evening about the idea about hearing what is a concern for us, and in terms of what you're thinking about, Steve, specifically, since it's up in the air, I'd like to point out to you that sort of I'm one of the faces. I'm not sure if my neighbors will get up here and speak, but I'm in one of those red circles there, right? So, and it doesn't belittle what anyone else is saying here and your concerns. I just want to say it's a pretty hot spot for us. So I do appreciate that you're coming to the table with regards to, we're going to have a road in our backyard, right? We didn't, now we can see it. And the mayor has also pointed this out, and I think that you have as well, and you're trying to get that road out of sight. I'm troubled, I guess, by sort of this blind leap of faith. If we go into what I'm understanding would be June 13th, we vote on the road, or we vote on the project going forward, and it's kind of like it's going down the road, and, I'm sorry, we didn't get it out of sight, right? So where are we in that process, right? So we go ahead, here comes a project, council voted for it, or however that's going to go, and then, oh yeah, we tried, but it didn't work, right? It's like, that's like, oh, wow, what's that of a leap of faith? So I hope you can appreciate how perilous that is for us as a neighborhood to sort of say, go Steve, and then, oh, it didn't work out, right? So, come to bat for us on that. But again, I do appreciate that you had that in mind, and then the Port as well. I would say that if you're intending on doing that, it's sort of a little counterproductive to have the photos up there that show it in clearly in sight. I would ask you that if the project does go ahead, and you might consider a variation in the sound walls. It seems as though you've gone with the clear, the plastic, in a combination of cement. So I'm not sure. I'd have to speak to the people on First Street, but no, you know what? Never mind. I think we can get this. I want you to get this lowered. I don't want to even think about it. I was going to say have it in their backyard so they don't see the movement of the trucks, but let's hope that's a moot point. I think that with all the money involved here, find a way to get it out of sight in those spots. If make that happen is what I would say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have the city manager. I'd like to.
I'd just like to answer that one, the question, because the road height is a major issue. I just want to say that staff, the recommendation we're going to go to council with, and it's really council, but we're going to say approve it subject to the residents in your area are not going to see it. Now, I can't say the height is going to be X meters, but I can say that the motion is going to say subject to your house and the other houses within the area, you're not going to see it. So I think that will help you. So that is the motion that we're going to try to craft up. Okay? Thank you.
Rah, city. Good. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Please.
Hi, my name is Michelle Binkley. I live at 535 East First. The picture that was one of the slides that Steve showed with the lovely trucks, that's the picture from my house. So I have quite a few things I want to ask, and I will get in the back of the line several times, so maybe I won't introduce myself again every time.
You're welcome to. I'll tell you when you get close to 3 minutes.
Thank you. I just want to talk about numbers. So the Port goes on and on saying, there's this balance of if we're going to go ahead, if we're not, it's $5 million, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's look at the numbers. Cargill, which I believe is one of your partners, is it not? Yes? Thank you. Net earnings. This is net earnings of 2010, $2.6 billion. No, it's 2.6. CN, net earnings of 2010, $2.1 billion. And I believe CN is one of the partners. Is that correct? Neptune gets a little bit hazy here. It's owned by Canpotex. Sales 2010, $3 billion. First quarter 2011, $317 million. And J.R. Richardson's another one of the partners, I believe. Couldn't find any information on them. So, you know what, you guys? If you got to spend the $5 million, then better your pocket than ours. So, do I still have time, Raymond?
A minute and a half.
Okay, so $5 million $5.196 million is equivalent to 21.65% of dropped property values in the 5 and 600 block of East First on the south side only. Included in that total are the 5 houses at the foot of St. David's. We are in the red zone. After our neighbors in Alder Street, who are in the super red zone, that's our $5.196 million. Compounded at 5% over 10 years, $8.5 million. Cost of the bank stabilization, $10 to $15 million. Cost to the city of North Van, another $5 million for the cost of the land that we are giving for this project. So it's a wash, but now it's out of our pockets. So spend your $5 million. Thank you.
Thanks. Duncan or Robin?
It's probably worth me just talking a little bit about the funding, because I guess you've heard it from different people, and maybe it helps if I just give you what the answer is. But the reality is there is a certain amount of funding available to the project. It's based on the stakeholders in the project, the commercial stakeholders, the Cargills and the CNs, getting an economic return. Without the federal government coming forward to put a further $50 million into the project, which is the most they're prepared to put into it, those stakeholders wouldn't get a return, they wouldn't invest. So it's not a hypothetical question of they make lots of money, they can spend it wherever they like. It's a real commercial question of how much will they put in. Steve said he'd been involved in the 2-year process of putting the stakeholders together, getting them to commit to money to make these changes happen. The budget is fixed. If the project can't be done within the budget, it doesn't happen. The benefits to the port, the benefits to the community aren't realized. That's just the reality of the situation.
Sir?
Hi, my name is Cole Perry, but I'm not a resident of North Van, but I have worked in North Van for over 40 years. I worked 21 years for CN Rail, a large part of it in North Van, and the last 20 years at Neptune. And I do definitely appreciate and feel the emotion here about people with houses. So my points may not be all that great in comparison, but I just want to address the safety issue of our crossing, our access to and from work. It is an incredibly unsafe operation there between the rail and